On the shores of Lake Erie here in the city of rock and roll. Our coverage of the NFL brings us to Huntington Bank Field. Set to go is the kicker, Harrison Butker. And here we go at Huntington Bank Field. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Johnson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Connection made to Judy. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
I feel so bad, I really do, and I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Street.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Shotgun now on 3rd down. Sideline, he's got it, and he gets the feet down too. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. He finds space into the red zone. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. They rip off a big... It sets him up with 1st and goal.
It's really hard, Kate, to get 100-yard gains, right? Defenses in this league pride themselves on keeping rushers short of 100, but if you're going to hit that century mark, it's going to take runs just like that one.
From the gun, it's Ford. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Let's go. 18, Dragon 60. Ready.
Throwing on 2nd and 6. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns finish off an excellent opening series. Nevis with a point after. And the Browns will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Nevis ready to send this one away. They'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Mahomes starting off with a throw. And his first pass falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Shotgun handoff now to Chandler. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Yellow. Yellow.
3rd and 2, Mahomes to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Chandler again. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Buys time, rolling right. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, are not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He's on the move. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Trying down the middle with Chandler. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. Chandler. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Chiefs finish off their opening drive. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
That one right down the middle. And the Chiefs start off well to tie things 7-7. Butker on now to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Back now, pressure on its way. Judy there to grab it. A gain of 27 yards there. And that gives the Browns a first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Johnson gets it on first and 10. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4. the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. They start with 2nd and 6. From the 38. They connect on the deep shot. That's a Cleveland touchdown. Mevis now for the extra point. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Mevis ready to send this one away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. He's going deep. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball. Incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They go play action. It's Mahomes. He's loaded another one up. And it's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here's Mahomes now. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Throwing again, Mahomes. That'll be caught. Here's Ty Chandler. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. They give up the gut to Chandler. And defenders continue to swarm over to get him at the line. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1.
Chances of stalling this drive defensively seem bleak, but how about now? Look at those odds changing, Kate. Still not great, but you could feel a little momentum on their side. Maybe they can muster it up and get back-to-back stops.
They'll stick with Chandler. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Throwing on 1st down. Mahomes. Escapes the pocket. Finds his man Rice. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. They'll try it left with Chandler. And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain that's stopped down at the 3. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Now the shotgun give to Chandler. And he's in. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs tie things up at 14. Butker on now to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Finding Judy. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. It was the rookie from Ohio State there to bring him down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Quick throw to the left is complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from Cleveland. The Browns pushing for a score before the break. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Set up. Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. He puts some juice on it deep. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Cleveland! The Browns get some late points and the lead. David Njoku, the touchdown. Point after by Mevis is good. And the Browns break that tie and now lead by 7. Mevis ready to send this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Running is Chandler. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
I don't know, kid. I didn't think he had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He's got time here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. Oh, what a hit! Jars the ball loose. And the Browns pick it up. And this return will reach the end zone for a Cleveland touchdown. just before halftime. Nevis with a point after. And the Browns double their lead to 14. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored. And with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Getting out to his left. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
It's a give to Chandler. Still finding room past the 45. And they'll finally get him at the 47-yard line. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. Football on that 47-yard line. 1st down. Throwing now from the gun. Flush down now to his left. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now it's Mahomes. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up. It cost him that catch.
That's caught for the 1st. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. 1st down, ball at the 36. Another throw for Mahomes. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Browns are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
1st and 10, they're going to throw. That's completed right side. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This throw is caught. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Johnson runs it in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns get more points to end a lopsided 1st half. Nevis now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Browns stretch their lead to 21. Nevis ready to send this one away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. They stop him right as he gets up past the 15. First and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Mevis ready to send this one away. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. They're out and set. 1st and 10. This is Chandler. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Give him 13 on that play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
43! 43! Yellow!
Now a give to Chandler, running right. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways.
15.
Running it after the penalty. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Complete beyond the marker. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Working quickly here. Now a give to Chandler. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
On the carry, it's Chandler. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
Yellow! Right! 15!
They'll run now with Chandler. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right up the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Out Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs get it back to a 14-point game. Butker on now to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Go, Reed, go.
Drive begins with a run by Johnson. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Hauled in left side. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
Let's go. Smash, smash. Check smash. Ready.
This is Johnson heading right. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a group and he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
19, Tiger, 19, top. Check smash, check smash. Check go.
That one complete to Njoku.
I'm sure Coach, play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Ready, break.
Markers reset. Ball at the 37.
Set. Go.
Now a give to Johnson, coming right. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5-6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10+, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
Set. Ready. Ready, ready.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. Still fighting forward. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond.
Ready. Panther Street. Panther Street. Ready, ready.
They'll run here following the penalty. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. It's a gain of 5. That brings up second down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Here we go, set.
Man in motion, out of the slot. Here's 2nd and 14. Cut out left. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first. Third and 6 for them to figure out now.
Hey, check that. Street. Ready?
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hands, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Mevis able to knock it through. And that makes this a 3-score game.
I think you could call this one now, Kate. This field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
Mevis ready to send this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to Chandler. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Broke through the tackle, and he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
1st and 10, it's Mahomes. He gets this one to Chandler. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Mahomes on 1st and 10. On target to Worthy. Juke the defender. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal.
Easy.
Patterson trying this straight ahead. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone.
Yellow.
Tight end going in motion here. Throwing is Mahomes. This is hauled in by Chandler. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Chiefs hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Chandler. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Attack, attack! Hey, 57, 57. Watch out!
Desperation time here on fourth. Throw caught by his running back. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And the Chiefs will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Now, in that spot, Brock, I think his first priority is just getting a throw of some kind of way and avoiding the safety, right?
Yeah, no question about it, Kate. And I know it's so easy for us up here in this comfy booth, armchair quarterback, but you can't ever relax when you're reading the coverage just because you're worried about taking a safety. You still got to stand, you got to deliver, and you got to take care of the football.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over it.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal.
Attack, attack! All right!
They'll try him left side. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
So the Browns come away with the win. And they're continuing to survive among the final remaining unbeaten teams across the NFL, as they're now up to a 3-0 start. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a well-earned win for the Browns, as with that, we'll sign off from Cleveland.